So tell us how you heard about the 40 Under 40 Awards.
Wow, thank you so much. Firstly, I would say I was nominated, and then when I was nominated, then I had to find the information from our ambassador to our Zimbabwean ambassador to Ghana. That's how I got to know about the 40 Under 40. And then I managed to reach out to the team, say Richard and his team, and then we communicate. That's how I initially knew about the 40 Under 40.
Okay. So which category were you nominated?
I was nominated in the energy sector, and I think we are 2 people from that sector. So that's the sector I was in.
Okay. So it means that you have the energy background. So if you can tell us more about it, what do you do?
Okay, I have quite a number of handful things that I do. I'm into construction, I'm into mining, and then I'm also into energy sector. So energy, we deal with LPG gas. Specifically because in our SADC region we don't have oil or we don't have gas resources, so we normally import gas from other countries. So that's what made me to establish gas. Especially I established the company I think around 2009 when we were having high levels of energy poverty in the SADC region. That's what pushed me to start that company. So basically that's where I am, and that's also the company that made me to be listed in the Forbes 30 Under 30.
So I saw that you won the awards. Forbes is a very big platform.
Definitely.
How was the feeling like?
I would say the feeling is great, and it's a good initiative simply because it encourages you to become the best version of yourself. It also encourages you to become the role model within the society that can also inspire the people that the African dream is genuine and it can happen and it's possible. So being listed in the Forbes 30 Under 30 was an opening of possibilities and opportunities that I can say to every African young person, even here in Ghana, whatever you dare your mind to achieve, if you are consistent, if you are persistent, definitely you achieve it. Definitely, you will.
So are you hopeful you are going to win tonight's award?
You know where I come from, I say it's impossible is the new possible. So I think anything is possible. Just watch out the streets. I might scoop this one again.
Then I should say congratulations in advance.
No, definitely. You should, because I'm a small boy, but I know what I'm doing. So I think tonight is going to be a very good night. And also the reason why I also had to travel all the way from Zimbabwe to come is the fact that you see, if you see people organizing an event like this, which covers the whole corridor of Africa, and they don't look at the balkanized system that we have, whereby we are divided as a people, but we are united because we are pushing to change the narrative of Africa. That's one thing that pushed me to come and say, okay, I'm going to attend. Whatever the outcome is, I'm going to attend. I'm going to make sure I'm there to support another fellow brother who's doing something that is nice, whereby you are recognizing talent, you are recognizing doyens in different industries.
So so your advice to young people who think they want to establish business in Ghana, but they are not financially stable yet, what's your advice to them?
I would say it's not about money. Money is everywhere. That's what I would say. The issue is about developing an idea that is valuable until it attracts the right audience that can invest into the idea. When you work on the idea becomes valuable, the idea becomes bankable. Believe you me, there are plenty of people crazy enough to fund your idea, depending on how valuable you have sharpened the idea until it makes sense to the person who's a capital venture or a person who wants to work with you. So they should never focus on money. Money shouldn't be the goal. The goal should be helping humanitarian problems to become better, to make the civilization of humanity better, to preserve our people. Imagine today, if you had to come up with a vaccine or to come up with a cure for COVID, you will be a billionaire in the next 2 hours. So the issue is not about looking for money. The issue is about providing a solution to a problem that is destroying lives at a large scale. That's what I would say.
So talking about looking for solutions to solve the problem, so currently there's an increase in LPG gas, and people are lamenting because they are saying Ghanaians are already burdened for them to have to pay more. With your background, what do you think will be the solution to end this problem?
I think the solution remains in Africa. The solutions that we are looking for in Africa should predominantly be developed by Africans. The fact that Africa is still importing LPG gas from external, from other continents like Russia, like right now, look at what's happening in Russia. There is instability in the Black Sea region, which is your Ukraine and your Russia, because of the conflict that is happening there. And because of that conflict, things are spiking up. Even the EU is affected by the energy prices, right? There is now scarcity in energy products. There are sanctions placed upon Russia. So imagine Africa is suffering because we were dependent on Saudi Arabia and Ukraine and Russia. So this is a wake-up call to all African countries to say, let's dig our own reserve. Let's make sure we produce our own gas. Let's make sure we process our own oil. We stop exporting crude products out of Africa, but we value add the products in Africa. That's the only way we can cap the price so that our people can enjoy the benefits of having this ubiquitous amount of resources that we have in Africa. That's the only solution we have. Like you look in Ghana, you guys have good oil. We look in Nigeria, you guys have good oil. And this is what needs to be done. Imagine Nigeria was exporting crude oil and then they had to buy the finished product back into the country. So as long as Africans are not value adding their products within our boundaries, within our corridors as Africa, we promote trade whereby we polish our products, whether it's gold, whether it's diamond, whether it's crude oil, whether it's LPG gas. Let's process it here. When people come and help us, these investors, they should come and put manufacturing value addition plans in Africa. We create employment for the young people. Once we create employment for the young people, they can benefit from the least price because we are now the producers of what we need to consume as a people. So I think that's the solution to the crisis that we have in Africa.
Okay, but people would also say that we still need money, we still need resources to... Okay, let's talk about investor confidence.
It's not about... I'll say, okay, let me cut you short. Okay. It's not about money. Africa already, we have got the money. Okay, there are different types of money. Remember the barter trade. You would exchange something for something. Yeah. These guys are giving us what we call paper money. We have got the real value. There is no any continent that has got an ubiquitous amount of resources like we have in Africa. Let's talk about the gold that is in Ashanti region in Ghana. That's one of the richest deposits we have globally. So they cannot come to us and then they say they want to give us money. We are supposed to leverage the resource, and we use that resource to leverage the life that we want for our citizens. To an extent whereby I can give an example of Libya. There is a time Libya developed their oil industry until every citizen was having a token from the reserves that they were having in Libya. So the goal is to say, okay, we are mortgaging our reserves of gold like the Dubai did. They mortgaged the reserves of oil and then they invited investors. Instead of them receiving money as African governments, let's not receive money, let's receive equipment, let's receive infrastructure. We say, okay, you're going to take 50 tons of gold out of Ghana and you're going to build us 17 hospitals across the whole region of Ghana, all the regions of Ghana. That's what we want, because the moment we have African governments, the moment we have people investing money can be put in one person's pocket. We can talk about Mobutu Sese Seko. He looted 50 billion out of his country. So in Africa, what we need is not money. What we need in Africa is infrastructure that can give better lives to our own citizens.
So how best can we boost investor confidence?
The way we can boost investor confidence is having a very safe environment whereby people feel safe to come and invest. We should not have insurgents like the ones that are happening in Cabo Dabo in Mozambique. Look at what's happening. Total had invested 20 billion into a project, but right now there are rebels that are there. That's insecure for an investor. So as Africans, we are supposed to make sure our corridors are very, very, very peaceful. Our corridors are very, very safe. I'm happy, like right now in Ghana, there's an ECOWAS meeting whereby they're discussing about the security of what's happening in Burkina Faso, in Guinea and stuff like that. Situations like that, they're the ones that makes us lose investors' confidence. So if we deal with that, and if you look at what's happening in Ghana right now, it's a sign that they're pushing and they're putting an effort. And congratulations to President Nana Akufo-Addo, whereby he's hosting the ECOWAS team to discuss the peace and the security of the region so that we can have investor confidence in the region. So I think that's the right way we can go, because as long as we've got war, as long the return of investment is not guaranteed because there is no peace, they will not come. Look at Dubai. They've made sure no matter what happens, they're always peaceful. So every place that is peaceful, imagine right now, the oligarchs and the billionaires that are coming from Russia, they are going to Dubai because Dubai is a sanction-free city. So it's that environment that investors in, they want to feel safe when they come. So if we work towards that, I think we are going to win. And also as Africans, let's always understand that whatever we see happening, whether in the Horn of Africa and the SADC region, all these insurgencies, there is order behind the chaos that we see. We should wake up as Africans. Our African Union should be able to stand up and make sure we know what is happening between all these insurgencies. Because as long as there's no stability within our corridors of Africa, investment is going to be limited. But I would say, I think this is the mentality of every investor. If I'm to invest in any country, just not only Ghana, the first thing is I need to look at the safety of my investment. Am I going to retain the investment that I'm injecting within the economy? As long as that question is not answered correctly, or as long as that question is not properly dealt with, whereby I don't feel safe to say I'm injecting my money into the economy and then there's room and sufficient time for me to be able to retain the investment I've injected, I will never come. But once I feel the safety of the political environment, the economic environment, and the inflation rate within the country, then I can be confident as an investor. Say, okay, I'm going to inject this money, and I know even if there is going to be a change in politics or a change in governments, that's not going to affect my investment because I'm an independent player. I deal with the government of the day. I don't deal with party politics. So if I'm coming as an investor, I should feel safe to say if I deal with this government or if I sign a contract with this government, let's say there's going to be an upcoming election and then the government I signed a contract with is now out of office. There is continuity of the contract because I'm an independent player who deals with the government of the day. Okay. That's what I would say.
So you mentioned some factors. Let's talk about the cedi depreciation, or you said the inflation. So here lies the case now, the cedi depreciates. Like in recent times, it has been depreciating. Yes. So, are you going to say that because the cedi is depreciating, you are not going to invest, or you would choose the other factors compared to that?
I think if you look at it, every country suffers from inflation, depreciation, and value addition of their currency. When you're looking at these things as an investor, the issue is not really about inflation. Yes, it plays a critical role, but if I feel safe, even if the inflation is high, but I feel safe that I can be able to do my project and then the currency gains its value and they are able to deal with whatever that they need to do so that the inflation can go down. As an investor, I would definitely get in because every government, even the American government, they are suffering from inflation. So you can never run away from inflation wherever you want to go and invest. Right now in Russia, they are suffering from inflation. But also in the same country, there are possibilities of investment. So I would say I won't look at those mini issues. I will look at issues like, is my investment safe? Are there no insurgencies that can become a threat to my project that I'm doing? That's what I would say. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.